Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button, get that bell notification on, and make sure to hit the like button. The like button helps with the channel a lot. Happy Monday. I hope you're having a great day so far and looking forward to something in your week. I know that over here in Canada, it is a long weekend coming up this weekend, so we are all very excited over here. Last episode, we built the university, or at least we started to build the university. We've got it to level 1, and now we're just waiting for academic works until it gets to level 2. So when that does level up, we will for sure look at upgrading it to level 2. But that may be this episode, maybe next episode, probably next episode. I don't think we're ready in this episode at least. But what are we going to do in today's episode? Well, last episode we kind of teased a small town we're going to build way off in the distance over here. And I think this is going to be a great opportunity to expand our residential development of this area and also provide jobs for our ore industry area over here, which is almost at level 5. So if we look at this, we only need to get to 800 jobs, but we have 170 available. So we're only 49 jobs away right now, 53 at the moment. So we just need to boost that up a bit, and I think by encouraging people to live out this way, it will really help. So that's what we're going to do in today's episode, and we might also create a power plant area as well if we have time. So that's today's episode. Tomorrow's episode, we are going to probably do a bit more of the same, residential expansion, some tweaks around the city, and then maybe Wednesday's episode, we're going to start inserting mass transit throughout these towns we're building. So this is why I want to get this town built first, because I want to do transit in the coming videos, and that's going to include light rail. So without further ado, let's hop into it. So when I'm planning out this town, I want to kind of respect a little bit of the terrain at least. So I'm eyeing this spot over here for some commercial development, but the rest of it's going to be residential and not too big of a town, but I want it to span most of this area. So we've already kind of smoothed out the terrain a bit, and I'm going to use these trees kind of as a basis of how things are going to go. So let's start off by planning out a bit of the grid. So I'm just going to use our normal road for now, and I'm going to make it so maybe this road has been developed over time. This was originally like a cut through between the two highways, but since has grown into a pretty major avenue and the downtown and the main street of the town. So I'm going to build a grid system off of that. So let's just start right here. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is going to work out if we start the grid. Sorry, I'm just spinning around. Let's go from here, and we're going to go right up at about that angle. Yeah, that works. And then we'll do the same thing, but this way. All right. So now is the chance that we're going to get to create the actual grid. So I think if we pull out the grid from about here, it'll cover most of the squares we have. Let's go over one more. Yeah, that's good. And we are just going to bring that into there for now. And we'll do the same thing. So I'm just going to go from this node and check to see how much money it is. So it's 9 units or 450. And so we're a bit far there. So let's just kind of do this again. Ooh, I think I just jumped it. There we go. And this one's going to go right to here. Okay, so as you notice, we're pretty close over on this end to the main road, but that's fine. I've looked on Google Maps, and lots of towns have these roads that are really close together, and that's kind of the idea in a way. And now we need to figure out the grid way this way. So I think I'm gonna go maybe double. So let's go to 18 units, and we're gonna cross down. And with this, I'm going to, yeah, that works. And we'll go do that. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to be the basic grid, in a sense, at least. So it's a bit interesting, right? But let's continue it. So let's get to 18 units. Need to extend that. Perfect, and we'll cross down. And I'm going to try to pull that back. Perfect. And we'll swing that down as well. So I'm not going to do too many grids here, like too many squares, but I'm definitely going to take it back one more on this side. I'm going to go to there, and we'll continue the grid expansion all the way out this way, and we'll do one more on this side as well. So 9 units. Whoa. And if you're wondering why I'm using 9, it's just a coincidence. There's no special reason at the moment. I just want to kind of use these bigger lots, but also not use too big of lots or anything like that. So we're going to continue this kind of the two main roads, and we're going to connect them up as far as we can out here. And this one's going to be tricky because of the way it connects to this road. So right about here, we're going to have to do a bit of a dipsy doodle in. Yeah, so this is a bit tight. So unfortunately, that might cause a bit of, or a few issues, but at the moment, I don't think it will necessarily be that crazy. But anyways, let's continue. You know what? I probably should have looked at that first, shouldn't have I? I was so close of actually getting it perfect. There we go. And then this will have to continue. So a bit of a crazy intersection here, but this is just going to be residential, so it's not going to be a big deal. That this town isn't going to be huge anyways. But let's, now that this one's going to be taken up by this road, perhaps this is like old Main Street or something like that. So we will look at getting that connected in as well. Unfortunately, it's not going to let us. I wonder if I just do that instead. Yeah, that worked, but it causes a bit of an issue. So sometimes the node controller will fix that if you offset the corner. But it does create a pretty massive node there, doesn't it? Holy cow, that's funny. But let's leave it for now, and we'll see how it's going to look as we continue to expand this farther. So let's continue it on. So let's go to 18 units. Yeah, and we'll just connect that up like that. And then I'm going to use the movement mod, and I'm just going to ever so slightly pull it out this way. And I'm going to hold Alt down to make sure that we get a good connection there. And then also over here, I'm just going to straighten that out. Just for this one instance. Alright, so same thing. We will continue this kind of grid, so 450. And this road will not connect up, but it is technically on the grid path. So I don't know if I'm going to use this or not, but I will definitely at least make a cul-de-sac there. Oh, I'm just going to redo this because I noticed it broke the grid. Ah, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just get it to go to there. And then we're going to have that same issue over here as well. So I'm just going to go to 450 here and pull it out. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary on this side, but over here we definitely can pull this road out over here, and it will connect up just like so. All right, and continue it on, 18 units. And up, and then 18 units. Oh, come on. We don't need a connection there. All right, so that's going to be, at least we've covered most of the main road here, which is really good to see. Now we do have these trees here, which I want to respect. I want to respect this forest a bit. It's going to kind of protect the town a bit from the highway as well. I don't want to go too far. This isn't going to be a massive town, right? This is just supposed to be a small town because, you know, easily we could just continue this and it connects right into here, and maybe that's a good thing. But I want to respect the tree line, and we're going to do so. All right, and we'll bring this one right into the trees, and we will end it there. Okay, so I'm just going to probably do... This is a very developable land over this way. So I think what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to double, or not double, maybe increase it by 50%, the grid length. So I guess it won't be perfect because we were using an odd number. So let's get to maybe 14, perhaps. Why not? It's all arbitrary anyways. And we'll connect up right into here. Fantastic. And we'll do the same thing over this way and just connect up all the grids that we've made so far. And perhaps this will be the county side road. Or not the county, I guess, because it's not a term really used in Quebec, I think. Town line, I guess, is a better word for that. All right, so we are going to leave ourselves some space over here for growth in the town. Maybe something else. Maybe we can get an industry out this way or something like that. But it is rather hilly with tough terrain. So maybe we'll get something in there because it is pretty useful land, but it is very rough, right? So we have to respect that. But we do have this gorge here, which is pretty nice. And with that, guys, we can also develop up a bit as well. So I think we're going to take the same idea as we did down here, and I'm going to just take it out 14 units again. And just continue the grid out this way. So this was not perfect. That's okay. And we'll come back and do some traffic fixes as well. And one issue we're going to see here is we are going to go out of the city limits here. So that's not good. Now we did say we were going to respect the trees, didn't we? And yet we've kind of overgrown in this area a bit. So why don't we kind of end it there, and perhaps this town is still growing, right? We do have some really nice buildable terrain over to the right of the screen, which is fantastic for something. Perhaps we can get a high school out there or something like that. So with that idea in mind, why don't we just continue this grid out a bit more? So 14 units, that's not too bad. And we'll fill it in just like that. So we're gonna get some big lots out here, which is definitely good to see. And then this is definitely developable land. Land. All right, so let's take this marquee tool, and I'm just gonna deselect everything but trees. And I'm just gonna get rid of all these trees inside of our grid. And I'm just gonna move them over really, because I wanna keep the trees alive, and I think in a way it'll kind of help keep our border a bit as well. All right, so we have the basic grid line of the town, and now we're just going to smooth it out. Because when you're building, the roads definitely change up the terrain a bit from what it originally was, and you just want to smooth things out for the developers. And hey, any developer that would be developing this land would 100% make the terrain way better than we're even going to make it. So it's just really important to smooth things out, and we can obviously also come in and straighten things up a bit more. Let's just select the nodes for now. Hey, look at that. So the university leveled up. Why don't we start filling in this town, and then we'll go fix that university up as well. So you can also do stuff like that, flatten out the terrain. You can make this a nice smooth slope as well. So tricks like that will help with smoothing out the terrain and making your town look a bit nicer, but we're not going to worry too much about that. I'm going to come back, and I'm definitely going to fix up the main street. But let's take a quick gander at what we're gonna do with these services. So let's start off with services. This is the main road here. I'm gonna get, I want this to be a bit more centralized, don't I? Let's get the clinic over here. The cemetery will be just off of the grid. And I'm not thinking Quebec. I'm not thinking Quebec enough. We're gonna get a church, and I don't think we've used this church yet, so let's grab this one. And why don't we... this has to be more centralized, doesn't it? Well, we'll definitely keep that, at least. And where should we get this church? Why don't we get the church right in here? Nice. And then we'll maybe make this a bit of a park then. So let's see if... Oh, that's too big. Darn, that's too big as well. Okay, well, why don't we just try to use a smaller park, Steven? We've been using these a bunch, these snowman parks, to kind of fill in the gaps here, but this is also going to be a bit bigger than I was hoping. We could get this as a bit of a central point and then run some paths. Yeah, let's do this. Run 2 paths right here, square it off, and then bring that in right down in through here. Very nice. Okay, got a little church building over here. The cemetery is not too far away. Perhaps they had to move it, or why don't we just move it? We will move this graveyard. You know what? We'll leave it. That's fine. So we got that in place. We'll come back and we'll do some of these in a bit. Let's get our fire department. I don't think we need a big one, but let's just say we get a more modern fire department. It's gonna go right here so it can access the highway really easily. And then we're gonna get a police department, and this is going to be maybe an older building. Right over here. Alright, so we're definitely going to need to get water out this way. So let's bring water right down this road. Alright. And we'll just help this area out by planting the pipes preemptively, I guess. Alright, and we'll run a pipe down that way. And down this way. And we're gonna miss a bit right here, so let's make sure we cover everything. But I do like the way this town turned out. Okay, so we'll just run the pipe right down through here. And connect it up at least, just right there, just to kind of get the ball rolling, you know? So I don't think we're going to get to the power plant today, but we'll definitely save that for the future. Alright, so let's add in some commercial along here. And we'll kind of get this to be the main central commercial zone. We'll do that as well. And we'll get some commercial right through here. And then we're going to dissipate it a bit. So we will just kind of look at filling in all of this with residential. Now I don't mind putting residential on the main road of this town because, you know, if you're looking at small towns, a lot of them do have residential along them, and that's because of just the way the town kind of grew up organically, right? Like it was a small, like municipal road that's kind of grown into something a lot bigger than itself over time, right? So I do it more for the theme, not for the practicality, but this is definitely going to use up a lot of our residential zoning for the next little while, right? So I don't mind having that here for now. And we're going to make this a district really quickly. I'm going to pause it because I want to make sure we get the right buildings in here. All right, so Cozy Heights. It's actually going to be Saint Jean. Very Quebec name. And we are going to put a theme, which we're going to allow buildings which aren't in the theme, but we're going to make it primarily European suburbia. And I think we'll just kind of leave it at that for now. All right, so we'll let it kind of grow up, and then we need to add in some schools. So let's get one high school out this way. And I already said where we're going to put the high school, and that was going to be out this way. So let's actually put it right here. Nice, and then we're gonna get some sports fields out there in a bit, but let's get our elementary schools, and we're gonna get maybe 2 elementary schools. Let's get one right here, and we're gonna get a different styled one over that way. I didn't actually do that. Never mind. That's okay. And we're gonna get, whoa, no, the small park. Jeez. All right, the small park, and let's get our pathway to connect. Let's just do that. I think it'll still look okay. All right, and I'm actually not going to put housing in this little quadrant. Instead, I'm gonna get a small little shop. I think that will look good. And the town is coming along pretty nicely. Very cute. Do like the church. And what else are we missing? So we got education. We're definitely gonna need a bus, but we're doing transit anyways soon, so I'm just gonna forget about it for now. We can add in some more of these, I think. I think I wanted to get at least something. There was a unique building that I was looking at putting out this way, the Spa Hotel. Now it creates a lot of entertainment. And I was thinking it'd be cool to kind of tuck it away in this forest here. So why don't we do that? Let's take this asymmetrical road, and I'm just going to drag it in like so, and then let's just go with the industrial road because I like the look, and we're just going to place it like that. All right, and then we're going to plop the Spa Hotel right in there. Very cool. So it's hidden away over here, and we're definitely gonna need parking for this. So I'm just going to plop 2 parking lots down right in here. All right, and then we can also use, why don't we just continue this industrial road out this way a bit. Actually, let's go this way. Down that way, perfect. And I want to add in, oh, come on, the pool, so I think that would look neat out this way. And the sauna. All right, and then last thing for this little area, I'm just going to copy these trees, and we're just going to fill in the space over here because I do want it to seem secluded, and it wasn't secluded enough in my mind. All right, very neat. We just need to get water out this way. So might as well just throw this on so I can get it exact. Alright, wasn't exact at all. But we're going to let this develop over time, and maybe throw in a couple parks as well, because we definitely want to encourage people to move out this way, right? So why don't we do a big park? We don't have many big parks, so a large playground or a large park altogether. Why don't we... that's probably a bit too big, I guess. Let's just stick with maybe a large playground. Wait, what? This one? Well, that's the small park, but it works. It's still a massive asset. We will just place it down right there. And maybe we'll get a little pathway connection right here. And right here. Alright, very neat. So we'll let that kind of develop over time. It is a small little town. It's something that the idea is that we build it once, we won't need to touch it. I'm going to come back and do our normal traffic fixes along the road, because I do want to take a quick peek at the University Level 2, but we did kind of run out of time of it, so I think we'll look at that in the next episode. Second guessing myself a bit this morning, but that is okay. I'm just going to show you the traffic fixes then, but other than that, the episode will be done. So let's just go through. We'll do some yield signs. See, one thing you can do is just hold shift down, but I'm noticing now that it's counting another road as that, so I don't want to. So I'm just gonna hold control down and click on all the intersections, and it's gonna remove the traffic lights and put yield signs up, which is the more efficient way of doing traffic in this game. And then I'm also just going to control that traffic there, because that is a bit of a risky spot. All right, and then I'm going to come back through there. Oh, we missed one. There we go. And I'm going to come back, and I'm going to do dedicated turning lanes on all of these. Just to make sure that everything is in order. All right, well, I do like the look of this little spa we have over here. Very cool. Very cool building too. It's definitely going to encourage people to come out this way, which in turn may encourage people to work it this way. So it's kind of a win-win. So I did notice this. Let's turn off parking in here. Not a good idea to have parking right there. And looks like people are using this area to cross into our industrial zone, which is good. So hopefully that encourages the populace to come work out this way. And we are almost there, so hopefully by next episode we will have that. And I guess we've got a lot on our plate next episode, because we will do small touches here. We'll fix up the university to get it to the point where level 2 will be attainable. And we'll probably have level 5 ore industry. And maybe we'll get our power plant going too. So a lot going on in these couple episodes. But yeah, I think we've done a lot to encourage the population to come out this way. I did notice this little gap that I had left, and I left it on purpose, but I forgot to fill it. So we're just going to copy in some trees, and I'm just going to place those in. So got a bit of a little forest here. Very cute. But yeah, this turned out pretty nicely. I don't think there's going to be too much traffic through here. I did fix this little issue that I noticed. It didn't have a turning lane to turn right. Not the most functional, but it's not a very busy interchange. But yeah, without further ado, guys, I hope you liked the building of the town of Saint-Jean. And I'll catch you next time in tomorrow's episode, where we got a lot on our plate. So have a great day, everyone, and peace out.